In our last video, we were working on our transition from here, overhand circle, push, hand comes out, deflect down, sink, parry, forward, push, push with the closed right hand. So this is where we left off in our last video. Now I want to emphasize that when we step, to make sure that you're stepping wide enough, because if you don't, then your steps become very awkward and you're not usually in the right position to get into the next move, which makes it more difficult. So in this final position here, we're going to see something that's very familiar, and that is we're going to go into hold the ball, which comes from the first section. So from here, we rise, right hand opens up. I'm going to turn my right foot towards the south and sink on the right leg. Hold the ball. Now you remember this in the very beginning, right? Where after we do our very beginning movements, we turn to the left and then we hold the ball and we step out and do left ward off. Okay, that should be very familiar to you now. If you've been practicing, you've been doing this hundreds of times already. So from here, this position, we rise, hold the ball, and then we're going to do left ward off. Our foot's already out there though, so we just rise, left arm comes up, and then sink forward into left ward off. Okay? Now once again, in comparing with the first section we sink forward, and then we settle back a little bit, because our next movement would be here, and then going into grasp the sparrow's tail. But from here, I'll face this way so you can watch. From here, I rise, hold the ball, rise, sink forward. And then I'm going to shift my weight back onto the right. I'm going to turn my left foot towards the north. And then I'm going to shift my weight forward. As I do that, my right hand is going to come over by my left hip. My body's going to turn into my left arm. And I'm going to step forward. And then I'm right into grasp the sparrow's tail, which is a repeat of the first section. And this will repeat all the way with a press, push, all the way through single whip. So this transition again, from here, rise and sink, and then rise, left ward off. From here, shift your weight back, turn your left foot towards the north. My body's turning into this hand. This hand's going to come across and turn palm up. So you've got one palm up, one palm down. And then you're going to step into grasp the sparrow's tail. Okay, once again in comparison, first section. From here, we turn to the diagonal, sink. And then we bring the hand here like so. So we get in the same position here and we're into the grasp the sparrow's tail section. So two different ways to get into that. So from here, rise, sink, rise, shift your weight forward, shift your weight back, turn your foot, sink forward, right hand's going to turn over, left hand comes by my shoulder. I'm turning my waist a little bit to the diagonal. I'm going to step forward, rise, grasp the sparrow's tail. And once again, this repeats all the way through single whip. Okay, so I want you to follow me. We're going to actually start at spread arms like fan and go to that grasp the sparrow's tail. So from here, weights on the left leg, rise, hands sweep across. Close the right hand, deflect down, sink, step out, and push. Hand comes out, and deflect down, sink, rise, step out, parry, turn the left foot, put weight on it, turn the right foot, right hand comes by your hip, rise, push, and push with a closed right hand, turning your right foot to 45 degrees, left foot is straight ahead. From here, rise, right hand opens up, turn your right foot towards the south, hold the ball. From here, rise, left arm comes up, sink forward, left ward off. Then shift your weight back, turn your left foot towards the north, sink, and step forward, rise, graceful sparrow's tail. As you sink forward, turn your left foot to 45 degrees. Rise, sink, and then repeat on the graceful sparrow's tail section. So we do the press, hands float up like going over a ball, push, hands separate a little bit, sink, rise, turn, sink, hold the bagua fish, rise, sink and turn, carry the bagua fish, rise, drop the foot, sink, center yourself, step out, single whip. So if you're not familiar with those last movements or you need a refresher, go back to the section 1 videos and review from graceful sparrow's tail through holding the bagua fish, carrying the bagua fish, and single whip. Okay, so that ends this video. We're going to continue with the next movement, which is called cloud hands. So as usual, press like, share it with your friends, go to writingtaiji.com, and have a good time practicing.